The purpose of the Unshakable Man community is training. The purpose of the Unshakable Man community is training. What do I mean by that? We are practicing tools and skills. We are physically practicing these skills to get out of our head in egoic challenges and to get into our body. We fundamentally cannot do this work alone. We do this work in relationship with the experience of our life, right? With how I think about my life, my relationship with my partner, my relationship with my physical environment, my relationship with my body, my relationship with the thoughts I have in my head, the sensations that those thoughts create in my body, the relationship with the thoughts in my head created by the sensations in my body, right? All of this is learned in relationship by learning these physical tools and skills to slow down. And so what many men don't realize is that this is what's missing from our culture today. This is what's missing from our social milieu, our environment. And that's what this community provides, right? Is we are a community of men who are consistently showing up and creating spaces in our life to slow down. And inside of that space, right, when we arrive and when we check out, inside of that space, we bring things into the space. We bring our challenges. We bring our vision of success for our life, our hopes and our dreams, and we learn how to be with that in the space. And then we leave the space and we collide with the experience of our life, right? We actually have something that directly experience in our life. Something happens that's different maybe than what we wanted to have happen in our head. And then what do? We come back to the community, we come back to the group, and we slow down, we check in. And through this dance of myself, of me opening, right? Or of you opening, and of me witnessing you, or of me guiding you, right? So we have witnessing, we have opening, and we have guiding. These three different roles that we play inside the group. We then discover new ways of showing up in our life. And what we don't know, what many of the men don't know when you're coming into this, is that the ways that we react to our life, the ways that we react to challenges in our life are adaptive, non-conscious scripts. And they are usually based in fear. Because what has happened to us that we have survived that through to get to where we are today, where we can be in this community, is most of those things have threatened us, or we have felt threatened. So we tighten and we create these automatic scripts and reactive patterns in order to protect ourselves. And so when we show up in this community and we slow down, that's what I mean when I say we're practicing tools and skills to get out of our head and egoic challenges and to get into our body, where we can be more present and learn how to show up to our life and experience in a more empowering way. That's what I mean. And so that's the purpose of this community, is the community ends up forming around the practices because we can't perform these practices alone. So this is what's then so amazing as I've witnessed this community develop and grow, is that I was actually really afraid of this community growing, because how do I learn to grow with this community? How do I show up in this community? I'm just a man learning how to show up in my life in relationships in a more empowering way. But as we deepen our practice, as we deepen our skills, we actually need other men in our life to show up and to hold that space. And so part of our development is actually passing these tools on through this relational dance. And that's what's happening here. That's what this community is for, right? And so we have a set of practices, and it doesn't even make sense for me to talk about those practices because all I'm doing is pointing you in the direction. I'm just saying like, hey, this is the role of the Unshakable Man community. This is its utility. And now it's up to you to show up to the community and to choose to be vulnerable and to use the community as a tool, to show up to a group, to join an advanced practice group with me, to come to a retreat, to go to coaching, right? And then to return to the community to reflect on what that experience is like, or to witness another man doing that, and to learn about your experience of your life by witnessing that other man. So that's it. That is the purpose of the Unshakable Man community. It's to support that entire process for you, and it's co-created. This is not a top-down type of thing. This is a co-created space. We meet in circles for a reason, right? When we sit in that circle, there are no corners. We see all of the man's eyes in the space. And when we do that, we can drop into our bodies. We can co-regulate. We can down-regulate in a way that most of us have never experienced in our life. And we can really only do this with the support of other men's nervous systems in the space. And that's what we're going to teach you. That's what I feel called to share with you in this community, in support of the community. All right? So that's it. That's the purpose of the Unshakable Man community.